we'll be talking to Fran, who Kitty Cosplay, about her cosplay. Then we're going to go over with some of the news, including the Oscars, Superbowl, and other stuff as well. So, without further ado, let's get this episode started. Alright, okay, like I said, we've got an absolute packed show this week, so we'll let you get on with it. But before we do, we just want to give a shout out to people over at Badfish Merch and Geek Erie for supporting the show. And they have some ads set up, so I will just explain what they do.
Have you ever thought that should be on a t-shirt? Well, now it can. At Badfish Studio, we create one-of-a-kind t-shirts, hoodies and more from just £15. Get a favourite slogan, awesome picture, or anything in between and wear it around town. It's less commitment than a tattoo.
We can do full colour images or bold colour vinyl, including metallic, leather and carbon fibre look, glow in the dark, reflective and even rainbow or glitter for all you snazzy unicorns out there.
Because we love you, the podcast community, we want to give you 10% off your order by using the code MAG1. Oh, and if you are content creators, we have free merchandise options that will help you start making money from your labour of love.
So shoot us a message on Facebook at Badfish Merch, Instagram at Badfish Studio, or fill in the form at www.badfishmerch.com. Badfish Studio. Be unique, be Badfish.
Come check out Geek Erie podcast. While an Irish person and two English co-hosts talk about anime and the convention highlights of what's happening around us on an international basis. Sick of hearing about Gamergate? Sick about your favorite anime being called as a Nazi propaganda? Why not check out Geek Erie podcast? We have news, interviews, and convention highlights. So check us out wherever you can find a podcast, whether it's iTunes, Stitcher, or Spotify.
Alright, okay, I just want to say thank you to the lovely people over at Badfish Merch for taking the time to do the little ad thing, and also Geek Erie for doing the same thing. If you guys want to check out Badfish Merch, links are in the description as always. If you use the code MAG1, you get a 10% discount, which helps them, helps the show, it helps everybody really, so it's all a win-win. Also, if you want to check out Geek Erie, links are in the description. Go and check out his podcast, it's really good. And so go and check them out. Links, as always, are in the description. Alright, okay, we're just going to get on with this interview next, which was with Fran. She's cosplay on Instagram. She's a cosplayer, and we got to interview her, and she was really lovely. So, without further ado, let's get started. Oh, and before we do get started, I do want to apologise. There was a slight technical hiccup. I try my best to make it not be noticed, but if someone does notice it, it's apologies. A bit of a technical difficulty with Skype during the interview. So, without further ado, let's properly get on with this interview now. So I'm here with, if you could say hello and who you are.
Hi, my name's Fran, and I'm 30. Don't know what else to say. I'm old. I'm old for the cosplay community.
Yeah, I was saying I'm not that old either. I'm 32, so it's like, yeah, it's alright. It's fine. It's only a number. I'm just going to say thanks for taking the time to be interviewed. I probably know you're busy doing stuff.
Oh, no.
So I'll start asking, what made you want to start cosplaying in the beginning?
Oh, God. Seriously, I've been cosplaying since I've been 15, 16. So I made my first, I made my first costume out of, I did a judo outfit, so I used to do judo. So basically I used the top of the judo outfit to obviously make a Jedi costume.
Right.
So, that was that. I got out of it for a couple of years when I was at university. But now, I've just, like, my life is just costuming. I have no room in my house for more like props or anything like that. But I just love it because obviously. I can see the
I would see the Master Chief stuff in the background.
This? Yeah, all of it. Seriously.
I can see the Master Chief helmet in the background, so I was like, yeah.
This is literally my second. This is my second bedroom. Obviously, we've got the master bedroom, the first bedroom, which is just full of cosplay stuff, and this, which is now starting to like sort of overflow with cosplay stuff. The reason I like it so much is I think the job that I've got is quite. It's quite serious and quite. Yeah. I'm a doctor in the emergency department, so I just find this so relaxing and just completely different from what I normally do.
Yeah. I have that same thing. As like I work in a shop and I'm just like beep beep beep. But this is when you go to the comic convention. It's just like, oh, I can geek out. I can admire people's cosplays. I can just go, wow, that looks so awesome, and meet celebrities who I never thought I'd get to meet. So yeah, I understand that kind of. The Comic-Con mentality sort of thing. How many cosplays have you done? You've been doing 15 years now, so do you not?
Okay.
You know.
So I've got my Jedi. I've got my other Jedi. I've got go away. I've got Bo-Katan. I've got a Monster Hunter outfit. I've got Ventress from Clone Wars.
Okay.
I've got oh my gosh. Obviously Link. I'm doing another Link because I just got obsessed with it recently. I've probably got loads more. Baywatch. It's a costume. When I go to DragonCon, it's a costume.
Costume, it's fine.
Yeah. What else do I have? Scrubs costume, but that's really easy. That's just literally stealing scrubs from work and putting on your stethoscope. What else? I've got loads of other costumes and I just can't remember what they are. Black Widow. Yeah, lots of costumes.
Oh. Sarah, yeah,
I think that's yeah.
So what's been the cosplay that you're most proud of, would you say?
At the moment, it's Link. Mainly because I've never ever cross-played before, but I've done it and it's just like, this is amazing. I mean, he doesn't speak much anyway, so that's fine. No. But it's just so, I don't know. But Link at the moment, but I've spent a lot of money on him as well, I have to say. We do not speak of the money. No.
I was saying, like, I think we briefly met at Wales Comic Con.
Yes,
I just asked for a photo, British photo, and it's just like, yeah, it's probably one of my favourite pictures to take, because it was just like, can I take a photo? That was a really cool snap. It's like, that was so good, because I think I took it to, we spoke about a brief Nintendo group I'm part of, and I showed them that, and I went, that's actually really good.
Yeah,
I was just like, yeah, it really was.
Yeah, I've got all of the stuff. I've literally just making a new Sheikah slate with lights in it. I don't know if you had a look on my Instagram.
I did. I was like, oh my god, that looks amazing. Yeah.
So I had one that did work, but the button battery.
Oh, that's it. We have a technical issue at the moment. Has there been a cosplay moment you've just gone, wow, that was so cool?
I've met quite a lot of people, as in like celebrities and stuff like that.
Anything really.
Do you know what? I go to DragonCon and stuff, and it's like really difficult to find out. I mean, there are so many cool things that I've seen, but I think the most bizarre thing I've had is talking to Darth Vader about his hip replacement. And that was just like, this is the weirdest conversation I'm ever going to have in my life.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a member of the 501st, so it's... Yeah, I've got I'm sure there are lots of weird things that I've experienced, but yeah.
Nothing that stands out.
Massive costumes that you see nowadays. So when I started, which was a long time ago, husband's just come in. When I started, which was a long time ago, there wasn't much costuming. Whereas if you have a look now, you get like all of these really cool costumes, foam, EVA foam, Warbler. Yeah. I think Warbler came out and it got a bit more hypey, and then EVA foam is just everything is just massive, and
everything.
It's very difficult to. They're just all really, really big and cool. But yeah.
So how do you decide what you're going to cosplay? Is it kind of spur of the moment, or do you kind of plan it 3 months or 6 months in advance?
So basically what happens is you plan it a year before, and then you don't do anything until the months before, which is like the cosplay sort of, yeah. So I just do what I want to do. So I really wanted to do Link. But
right.
I wanted to do. I really wanted to do Link. I sort of wanted to do Zelda, but the problem is, like, the costume was so much more complicated. It's a really bad thing to say, but I thought I'd try Link. So basically, I got the wig and did the makeup, and I was just like, "Yeah, that's fine. I can do this. That's okay."
Oh, okay.
I'm probably going to do Zelda now as well, but so. I mean, Baywatch is completely. I mean, I did this before the new Baywatch came out, so.
Less we could say about that one, really. I didn't like that film.
No, it wasn't that. It was like before the Baywatch came out. So new Baywatch came out. So that was just like a 80s sort of pop culture thing.
Okay.
But I grew up in Germany, so there's a lot of things that are not quite. Things that were cool here weren't cool in Germany, and then vice versa.
Okay.
But yeah.
So, when you were saying there's a new Baywatch, is it like, obviously there's the David Hasselhoff 80s TV show, and then there was the film with Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the film.
Ah, right.
I mean, I started it in 2015. So I think that was before the film came out, and then the film came out, and then obviously it was a lot more. Everybody wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Oh, okay. Has been a cosplay you wanted to try?
A lot of the things. Well, no. I mean, if you have a look at some of the complicated EVA builds, and what I'm saying is, like, the foam armor and stuff like that, which is really complicated. And I sort of look at it, and I'm just like, well, how am I going to do this? I can see that I've improved from what I used to do.
Right.
But I don't think I'd ever be able to do that. I mean, I've sort of realised that I'm not going to be able to do like the super complicated costumes, mainly because I don't have any more room in my house. I think the biggest cosplay I did in terms of thing was the Monster Hunter.
Right.
So that was the one with the big, like...
Big wings and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I did that, and I went to Dragon Con, and I wore it for, about 6 hours, because it was so uncomfortable. I've not worn it again since. It's all in my thing upstairs, under the bed.
In your giant box of cosplays, sort of thing.
Yeah, I know. So I've got a lot of stuff under the bed. I've got all of these weapons around, and I keep on thinking that we're gonna hang them up, and we still haven't. So
you should really just go. Look at that! I made that.
But it's how do you hang it on the wall? not quite happened yet, but I'm sure it will.
You'll get there in the end.
Yeah.
So how do you like? Have you ever seen a cosplay like you've gone, wow, that was amazing? Like you've really stood out in like any of the cosplayers that you've seen?
I think a lot of the ones, they're the ones with the wings. Have you seen wings that people have got, like wings that open out and all the rest of it? They're really cool. I don't think it's the facilities and what sort of room you've got. I haven't got a huge amount. Well, I've not got a huge amount of room, but they're really cool, especially when they they're all electronic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So awesome. But again, I think most of the costumes that I do are actually for Dragon Con in Atlanta.
Right.
So you sort of try to make it awesome, but you also try to make it so it fits into the case.
Yes.
Because we've only got two. Well, we get one case. We can pay for a second case. So that's basically what a lot of the costumes are made for, I have to say. Sorry, cat shouting.
That's all right. So what are you planning for? Well, I was going to say next year, but this year now. So what are you planning for this year? Can you say, or
No, I don't mind saying. I think the problem is I'm just starting to go back to work. I'm sorry, but a lot of my costumes I'm going to do Link. I'm going to do the Breath of the Wild 2 armor. I'm thinking about making the Zelda cosplay, like the one that I didn't want to make because it was too complicated, and now I'm sort of thinking I could do it. I'm definitely doing the strapless dress.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's
that's the one in where it goes into the desert, isn't it? Sort of thing, if I remember rightly.
Oh no, from Zelda. That's like.
Yeah, as in it goes into that desert town. I can't remember the freaking name of it now.
Oh no, that's Gerudo. That's a different one. I don't think I'll ever do that because of the binding.
Okay.
So it's the dress that Zelda wears quite a lot. It's like a white strapless dress.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. You know what I'm talking about now.
Yeah, no, I think when that was, I've got my. I could see my friends and friends going, that was the wrong one. Screaming at me, going, no, it's wrong.
Yeah, so that's the other one. I would love to do the Gerudo Link.
Right.
But I know lots of people say, you could just do it. It doesn't really matter. And it's just like, but the problem is I'm such an anally retentive person. I can't do it if I've got like my binding and stuff you can see. I have been thinking about doing just like the binding over just sort of no straps. But I've not tried that yet. I've not done that yet, and I just sort of feel, probably not yet.
Not yet. Anyway.
No.
Speaking of 2020, are you planning to go to any conventions in 2020?
Yes. So I'm going to Dacomi, which is in Düsseldorf.
Okay. I'm
going to May London Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them. Birmingham, probably Wales again.
Yeah.
We were going to go to the one in March, but unfortunately, it's not unfortunately, it's fantastic that my friend's getting married, but unfortunately it is that weekend, so I don't think we will be able to come. I think I need to sort of, it's all the way in North Wales as well, so I live in Cambridge and it's a bit of a hassle, but
I live in North Wales, so I know exactly what you mean on that one.
My husband used to live there, and he lived in Bangor, and it's a huge commute to go and see him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I go down to conventions the first I've gone is Leicester. And I want to go down to one in London, but the commute is like, it's an absolute pain in the rear end sort of thing to get down that far, so.
Yeah.
So I understand that problem. just the other way sort of thing.
I know. Well, I used to live in Warwick, and going to the Birmingham convention was amazing because it was like half an hour drive. But clearly no more.
Yeah, that's just is. If I'm gonna ask now, if a company asked you to cosplay a character, what company would it be? And what character would it be?
I don't think anybody would want me to cosplay a character. I don't know. The thing is, I love Bethesda, but that's because I've got all the Fallout. Oh, I've got a Fallout costume as well. Sorry, completely.
There we go.
Possibly Bethesda. I'd quite like to do Skyrim armor as well, but again, this is something that's not particular. Again, I'm not that sort of. It's not the kind of thing that I really, really super want to do. But if I think if another Elder Scrolls, not Elder Scrolls, if another Skyrim came out, I might do it.
There's an Elder Scrolls coming out anyway, so.
Yeah. So that might be. I mean, again, for Dragon Con, you either need to do sort of pop culture things, or things that are relatively current. So I'm very excited that they're doing a Breath of the Wild 2.
Yes.
Because it's going to costume a lot more current, as it were. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for like Breath of the Wild 2. I've got the first one.
Obviously,
it's like.
I watched the Nintendo feed and I was just like, yeah, whatever. Oh yeah, Animal Crossing, all of that.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, Breath of the Wild. I was screaming. I was just like, how can they do that? I mean, I think this is okay. I mean, if you look at Majora's Mask, that's sort of like a secondary to Ocarina of Time, but this is like a complete sequel. Like it's a complete sequel.
I'll be alright with that. So they haven't really. All they noticed is, it's coming. We haven't said anything particular, have they? They've just said, it's coming.
But so the fact that they're actually doing that is, I don't think they've ever done that. But the other thing is, I mean, if you have a look. Oh, sorry, I'm going to go to Breath of the Wild.
No, go for it.
If you actually have a look at the Breath of the Wild things, they never really talk about the Triforce. They never really talk about wisdom, power, and courage.
No.
It's all a bit different, the fact that Zelda's mum had the same power, it's all a bit it's all a bit weird. So I think it might be quite good to sort of get a little bit more of what's going on.
Do you think it'll be a prequel then? Because it's like it's before, like, because they said I remember 1,000 years before he defeated him. So it's like, could they do a prequel to it? Like
Well,
when they
They could, but I don't know if they'd call it the prequel because they've not said sequel, have they?
they've just said it's in the works. So you could call it a prequel, but it's you grasped at
So
straws.
Zelda's got like short hair, and I don't necessarily think that's something her father would want. So I don't know. It could be, but then they'd have to be like really young,
Yeah.
because they're only 16, 17 in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be. Oh, but then the fact that Ganon. Well, I don't know. He could be Calamity Ganon. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's.
We'll have to
probably-
wait. We'll have to wait until Nintendo
We'll have to
say
wait
something.
until they release anything else because they've not done anything.
I think they'll announce something.
Huh?
They'll announce something like after maybe in the E3 one. They'll just say something like in passing and then go, yeah, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they said that they wanted to do like the release in 2020, and I'm just like, please don't if it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
But
If
they
it's
haven't
not
got. They haven't got a new engine to break. It's the same engine. So
Yeah, so they can just go. They can just release. I think they should release it if they're happy with it. Like if they're happy with it, it's done and it's finished and it's in a good state.
Yeah.
I say if they want to release it, I say go for it.
No, agree.
Like with Final Fantasy VII, now the remake, they put it on hold for a month just to tweak it a bit more, and I just went absolutely fine. I said I posted about it on Instagram, and I just said one of the followers said, "Oh, I want it now," and I said, "Would you rather have it as a broken mess or an actual complete finished game just a month later?"
Bethesda 76. Fallout 76. Seriously, my husband plays it like really quite a lot, and he's got a high level and all of that. I started to play it, and I just couldn't get on with it at all. I love Fallout. I love the Fallout series, all of those things, but I just didn't get it, I'm afraid.
I didn't play 76, so I think I kind of missed the boat on that one. But I had played a few of the ones beforehand, and they're really good. Just after I seen all the glitches, I just went, maybe I'm glad I missed that one. Actually,
I mean, the fact that they said was it 2019, 2018 it was released, 2018, and they said that it's going to be released that year at E3, and I was just like, is that going to be enough in terms of timing, stuff like that?
I think with that one they weren't ready for it. They were kind of pushed out the door through marketing people going, you have to get it out now, when it wasn't
it wasn't quite ready.
No.
But I mean, we've seen so many brilliant bugs. And then so Red Dead 2, I mean they've got brilliant bugs as well. There are so many. But,
I think if you're it annoys when you see a game that comes out and it's like really good and it's just full of bugs. It's just like, why release it? Why just wait a minute? Why catch a month and just let it be in the oven a bit more?
Yeah. But they didn't.
They didn't. They never do.
But I mean, well, the other thing is it's Bethesda, and I love everything from Bethesda. But the bugs they've got are often humorous rather than anything else.
Yeah.
And then they'll release a patch and it gets better. But yeah.
Excuse me. If anyone's listening that wants to start cosplaying, what advice would you kind of give them?
Practice. I think that's probably the best advice. Make sure that you do a character that you absolutely love. And then you just need to practice. I mean, the foam stuff that I've been practicing for 4 years, and I'm still not lots of people will say, "Oh, you're really good," and I'm just like, I'm not, but I'm just better than what I used to be.
Right. So, when you're saying you practice, do you have non-foam cosplays as a backup just in case?
Well, a lot of my costumes are actually non-foam. They're all soft costumes, so that's armoured costumes, soft costumes. I'm sure that's pretty obvious. But soft costumes, I think we need to be aware that they're not necessarily the easiest to do. So you sort of think, oh, it's a soft costume, it will be fine, but it cannot be. I mean, if I'm looking at doing, oh my gosh, I've forgotten her name, from Mandalorian, the girl from Mandalorian.
I haven't watched that yet, actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Don't worry.
Sorry, I've stolen it from
No, I've already you've seen the Baby Yoda thing, and I already know what it is. So I was like, oh, okay, he's in it. Okay.
Yeah. But there's a girl in there that I'd really like to cosplay. But again, you look at it and you think, oh, it's soft costume, it'd be fine. And then you sort of look at it more, and it's just like, oh my god, there's so much stuff that I need to do to make it look good.
Yeah.
The phone do, but the rest of it.
I think I think I looked at it once, and it was like, what's the Borderlands 3? The Psycho mask for Borderlands 3. It's like I wanted to try that so badly just to get the mask on, so I had the jumpsuit, and I looked into it on eBay, and I was like, yeah, there's a lot more than I thought. I thought it just slap on a jumpsuit and a mask on, that'd be good. It's like, no, there's a lot more, especially in the mask sort of area. It's like really detailed.
I think the thing is, again, if there's something you really, really love, it really doesn't matter if you've bought it. It really doesn't matter. Yeah. As long as you enjoy it, that's what it is.
Yeah.
The problem is because I've got a job, and you know, I'm quite. There's lots of things that I now do very, very accurately that I would never have done. I mean, as I said, I've made my first Jedi costume with a judo outfit. But yeah, as long as you love the costume, it really doesn't matter where it's come from. I mean, my costume, the Zelda costume that I had, not Zelda, the Link costume, sorry, Legend of Zelda. I commissioned quite a lot of that because I didn't have the time to make it. So I had the money to make it, but I didn't have the time. But then when I was off sick, I had the time to make it, but not the money. So I've been off work for a year, unfortunately, for chemo and a brain tumour, radiotherapy, all the rest of it. Oh, it's fine, don't worry. It's a pain in the bum, but so I've just come back to work now, so I probably will be earning more money. Unfortunately, this month is going to be awful, but hopefully when I've got more income, it will get better.
So where can people find you if they're interested on to follow you, basically?
Just Kitte Cosplay. So that's KITTEHCOSPLAY. I'm going to say that sounds right? Yeah. And I've also got a Facebook page which is the same. So it's Facebook.com/Kitte Cosplay. But the problem is quite a lot of the stuff I've not actually put onto my Facebook. So I think I started that in 2014. Okay. And I've not got an awful lot of followers on Instagram, but I've got 10 times the amount of followers on Facebook. But I don't really do anything with it anymore. It's sort of intermittently I'll release something.
Yeah.
So I'm not
you can link them both together. I've noticed that you can if you post something on Instagram, it goes here. Okay.
Yeah, I've tried to do that, it didn't work. So I just I did ask the people. It's just like, can you actually see my Instagram posts? And they were just like, well, no. So anyway, never mind.
Anyway. Well, I just want to say thank you very much for taking the time to be interviewed. I know you're probably very busy doing stuff. So I'll let you cosplaying stuff, of course.
Yeah.
So I'll let you be. I just want to say thank you very much.
No worries. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Bye. Right. Is there anything you want to know before? No. Okay.
I know. I've already found your podcast.
Yay! That'll do. That's awesome. Just to let you know, we'll probably be out on the 15th of February.
Okay.
That's all right. Yeah.
Cool.
I'll try and get it out as quick as I can, but
yeah, that's fine.
Life. All right.
Yeah, life, right?
Yeah, you got to do life first. That's important. All right. Well, thank you very much. I'll see you at Wales Comic Con if I can.
Cool.
See you.
Take care.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Alright, I just want to say thank you to Fran for taking the time to be interviewed. If you want to check out her Instagram, links, as always, are in the description, so you can go and follow her and support her stuff. By the way, she really does some good Zelda stuff. Go and follow her in there. Recommendation from me. So yeah, we're just going to switch gears now to go and talk about some news that's been going on, and there's a lot of stuff. So we're going to go over with the movies, and then the video games, and then the anime, and then some convention news just to round it off and finish it all off. So, without further ado, let's get on with the news. So yeah, first on the chopping block is movie news, and if you're not already aware, the Oscars happened, so basically Hollywood came out in full force last weekend to give a lot of awards. I'm not going to give you the full list here because it would just take a hell of a long time. So if you want to read the actual full list of the winners, links are to an article on the site. You guys can just check out that and give what your opinions are on it from there. What I will do is I'll give you the cliff notes so you guys can know what happened. Parasite won Best Picture. The Best Director was Bong Joon-ho. I do apologise if I butchered that name, but really good film. Joaquin Phoenix won Best Actor, and Best Actress won by Renée Zellweger for Jury. If you didn't know, Joaquin Phoenix played the Joker, which I reviewed, and I gave it a 10 out of 10. So yeah, that was the cliff notes. Again, you can go and check out the full list in the website. Links, as always, are in the description. The Super Bowl happened as well, so yeah, so that means all sorts of films ads happened during the halftime show. We had lists. We had trailers for Black Widow, No Time Left to Die, Minions 2, Top Gun Maverick, Quiet Place 2, Mulan. A funny ad about Sonic movie, which seemed very cool. Fast 9 and SpongeBob film. Yes, there's a new SpongeBob film coming out. So look forward to that. So, what do you think of the Oscars? Who should have won? What do you think the films that stood out on the Super Bowl advert are? So yeah, let us know in the comments below, because it's good to everyone chat and see what everyone was thinking about the Oscars. Switching over to video game news now, and in recent news, Nintendo have put their foot down and said there is no Nintendo Pro coming out. Which, as an OG sort of Switch user, I'm so happy. So that's really good. In a recent investor presentation, the company has said, regarding Nintendo Switch, we believe that it's important to continue to communicate the appeal of both the Nintendo Switch systems, the Mini and the normal one, and to expand the initial space, which basically means the original fans. Pleased to note that we have no plans to launch a new Nintendo Switch model in 2020. So basically what they were trying to say is, we're happy with what we're doing at the moment, we just want to expand the original base, and so we're not bringing out anything new hardware-wise in 2020, which is good for us lot. 2021 we'll have to see. I think we're probably going to keep that same routine and just focus on what makes Nintendo great. So yeah. Switching over now to a different news topic, Platinum Games are making something. Now, we don't know what it is. They've launched a website seemingly teasing something with a 4. So yes. This is coming from the creator of Bayonetta, Vanquish, and Nier Automata. So right at the moment, it just has 4 planted on the homepage, which is spinning, briefly glitching at the bottom, saying Platinum Phase 4 site is open. So they don't know what the idea is. Small things are happening, but I can't give you any more data than that. So, what do you guys think? No new Switch coming out this year, and also, what is Platinum planning? That sounded cool. What are Platinum planning in the next few years? Leave your comments below, as always, in the description, and we can always discuss, and I can see what everyone's thinking. So yeah, now we're going to switch over to talk about some anime news. Paranoia Agent is coming to Funimation. or by the time I've already recorded this, it will be out. Funimation announced a few weeks back that they've acquired exclusive rights to the streaming and home video rights of the late Shokoin Koben's Paranoid Agent. If you've not seen any of his work, I recommend going and watching this and Perfect Blue and Tokyo Godfathers. Superb films for anime in general, sort of thing. But yeah, if you've not known what Paranoid Agent is, you can stream it in the English subtitles and in the English dub on February the 4th. This will be the first time it's available for streaming. Also, they are thinking of releasing a home video version, which is a Blu-ray, sometime this year, so look forward to that. Also, in different news, is Castlevania has a third season coming out in March. Netflix announced on Twitter on Tuesday that it will premiere the third season of the Castlevania animated series on March 5, which will be about a 10 episode long, so something to look forward to before I can start binging on Stranger Things. Yay! So, what do you guys think of the Anime Awards? The Funimation having the rights to Paranoid Agent and Season 3 of Castlevania. You can comment below, as always. Okay, we're going to talk about some convention news. Over in Nottingham at EmiCon, we're going to have Alex Kingston there on the 2nd and the 3rd of May. Also on the 2nd and 3rd of May is Birmingham Anime and Gaming Con, and they have announced that Kai Owen will be there. Also in Birmingham is the Birmingham MCM, which has announced that Rob Withroff from Red Dead Redemption will be there on the 21st and the 22nd of March at the NEC in Birmingham. Okay, I just want to say thank you very much if you've made it this far to the end of the episode. I just want to say thank you very much to Badfish, Merch, Geek Erie and Fran for taking the time to do the adverts and make the do the interview. Links, as always, to everything I've talked about today are in the description if you guys want to follow along for what I've been talking about. There's also on the bottom there with all the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram stuff that you guys can follow me on there too. You can also support the show. We do have a Ko-fi page set up so you guys can donate what you like. Every single pound or a donation gets a shout out on the podcast at this sort of area of the podcast, so you guys can say I supported it. The next episode will be on February the 30th, 2020, and we'll have a very, very cool episode where we interviewed Tucky from SunnyCon. So, look forward to that. Until then, guys, have an absolutely awesome 2 weeks, and I will see you there. Bye.